Mayberry Man, the series revives the charm of The Andy Griffith Show with a fresh, family-friendly approach that delights both longtime fans and newcomers alike. It captures the nostalgic essence of Mayberry while introducing new characters and stories that resonate with today's audiences. Viewers praise the series for its wholesome entertainment value, noting its ability to evoke the warmth and moral values of the original show without simply being a remake. It's described as a modern-day tribute to Mayberry's community spirit, appealing to those who appreciate clean, family-oriented programming. The series is celebrated for its humor, engaging storyline, and memorable characters, all of which contribute to its appeal as excellent family entertainment. With its nod to the past and its eye on the future, Mayberry Man, the series, promises a delightful escape into a world where family values and good-natured comedy reign supreme. Mayberry Man, the series, is now available for purchase on Amazon Prime Video.
It's something that continues that family-friendly, wholesome entertainment that hopefully you can enjoy as a family.
They're going to laugh and chuckle and have a good time.
I just hope that everyone falls in love with this project like I did, and that we can continue to make family-friendly entertainment that's obviously much needed.
I guarantee this, if you love the Andy Griffith Show, you're going to love Mayberry Man.
And welcome, folks, to the Mayberry Man live special. I'm Stark Howell, Mayberry Man producer, with my co-host, Alan Newsom, also known as Floyd, and host of Two Chairs No Waiting.
Yeah, it's great to be here, man. This is exciting. It's good to be a part of this.
Well, we were on hiatus for a while. It's been a long while since we've done one of these lives, but we're celebrating today because Mayberry Man, the series, has just been relaunched on Amazon Prime at the lowest price ever. We'll talk about that, and we've got some behind-the-scenes videos, and we have lots of special guests. And so I teased that we would have a behind-the-scenes interview with Karen Knotts, daughter of Don Knotts, who's in the series. So I'm just going to jump right into that, and then we'll bring on some of our guests. What do you think? Good idea?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. None of this. Very subtle, very smooth. And then,
Well, my character, Janet, is studying jujitsu. And so the people in the office, the Floyd and Barney characters, she sort of finagles them into helping her out. And they end up getting in some situations not quite to their liking, but they will do it to help her because she's their friend and their co-worker. I am so excited to be part of this. It's wonderful. It's like just my dad's legacy, and now I can even be a part of that too, and work with wonderful people like all of these wonderful actors, and Stark Howell and Stark Howell and just everybody. It's amazing. If you're a fan of the Andy Griffith Show or of my dad, Don Knotts, what you might think about this is that it is ongoing. Even though the stars are not with us anymore, most of them are not with us anymore, the characters live on. They live on in the framework of these tribute artists who are keeping their memory alive, keeping Mayberry alive, the spirit of a small town that has a heart of gold, and whose town folk are more important than anything else. Just the people themselves, the characters. And that's something that we don't see much anymore. Television has become very effects oriented and very, I don't know what you want to say, but it's kind of gone away from character. And this brings that character back, and it brings it back to the heart.
All right, a little insight from Karen Knotts. And let's bring on the puppet master himself, the creator of Mayberry Man, the series. It's Stark Howell.
That's the first time I've been called the puppet master.
Well, I was reviewing some of that footage with what you had Karen and Alan doing with the jujitsu, and it was a little puppetry action.
Well, we didn't want anyone getting hurt, for one thing, but Alan is a martial artist and kind of knows how to take a fall, but Karen does not. know how to dish it out, and I didn't want his wrist broken or anything like that.
That was great. Yeah, that was a great scene we got to do. So if you guys got to go watch the show, because it's we got to do a lot of really fun things with Karen, and reminiscent of things that you'd have seen on the original Andy Griffith Show, but fun, different enough that it's going to be new to you.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
So if folks are new around here, they might have, watched some of the Andy Griffith content, and they may not be that familiar with Mayberry Man. Stark, can you give them a quick pitch? What is Mayberry Man?
Mayberry Man was conceived out of sort of my own personal experience of going to Mayberry Days for the first time, representing my dad, Stark Howell, who was Dud Wash on the show. And I was invited by Greg Schell, whose dad is Ronnie Schell, and he was on a couple episodes as well. And I was invited to go and represent my dad. And when I got there, it's very much like the movie and the series. I was a fish out of water, a little overwhelmed by really not realizing how many fans of the show are still out there, and how they love the show and its characters, and it just inspired a story. I felt like it was a story worth telling. So I just had to figure out what was the story about to get us there to a Mayberry Days festival. And so that's what I did. I wrote the screenplay about a movie star who gets busted for speeding. And instead of a fine, which would do no good to a guy that has all that kind of money, he was sentenced to a week at a Mayberry festival called Mayberry Fest. If it sounds familiar, it's very much like Mayberry Days. And through the course of the week, he learns about the Mayberry spirit and realizes to look outside of himself for maybe the first time in his life.
Now, Alan, you're no stranger to the Mayberry Days, Mayberry Festival circuit. Give us a little history lesson. And first of all, I do want to point out that I think one of the brilliant things about this whole approach is that we weren't trying to remake the Andy Griffith Show. And I know, Alan, you're kind of expert in that area.
He's cutting out a little bit on us there.
Robbie the Robot has spoken.
There's a lot because you go.
All right, Alan, take it over.
Court's cutting out on us here. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about Mayberry Days.
Character. Tell us about
you
that.
Can just translate as he's talking.
Yeah, so where this got started for Mayberry Days, you really had this event has been going on for 30. This will be a 36th year this coming September. And fans of the Andy Griffith Show gather, and we have tribute artists, just like if you watch Mayberry Man, the movie. If you've never seen it, it's, again, not a recreation of the Andy Griffith Show, but it's really capturing that feel that you have when you go to a festival where you have fans that come from all over the country and gather together to celebrate this show that we love. You got people dressed up, and tribute artists. That means people dressed up like the characters, in case you don't know that as well. I do Floyd the Barber at these events, and this year will be my 32nd year of being Floyd the Barber at Mayberry Days. And there's Barneys, and basically, if you see the movie, those are the people that are actually the tribute artists at the events. And so it's like art imitating life to some degree, in that Stark and Court and the team worked hard to bring in the tribute artist to this movie, or to make the movie and the series, to make it a fan-based project that really, I think, we were trying so hard to bring back the feeling that you get from the Andy Griffith Show, because that's what you get when you go to some of these events like Mayberry Days. There's one in Indiana. There's several events around the country where you go there, and just for a few minutes or a few hours, the whole area feels like you're walking through the streets of Mayberry, because there's Barney writing a ticket to somebody, and Floyd's over there trimming somebody's hair. Otis is wandering down the street. Ernest T. Bass is throwing rocks. That's what you get from this movie. The series just continues on with that. So if you guys are new here and have not seen the movie, definitely go and check out the movie, and then you'll be ready to pick up here and pick up with the series to see what happens after the movie.
I figured I better come back on, because Alan will just do a half hour podcast.
I was trying. No.
All right. I want to share a scene from the series, and then bring on another guest. So let's take a look.
Hello? I'm here to pick up my car.
Damn. Boy, that oil filter is on tighter than a bongo drum.
Hi, Marty.
Hi, Kate. I got your keys right here. You know, some folks just don't know how to take care of their car.
Oh?
You take this car. What a mess. She's gonna need plugs, points, bearings, valves, rings. Oh, I won't bore you with the details.
What about my car?
Oh, I just topped off the wiper fluid and put some air in your tires.
Thank you.
You know, water and air is free. I sure am a little jealous, though. I'd love to drive across this great big land of ours. Have you ever seen that there great big corn palace? What about the world's largest ball of twine? You know, in Idaho, they got that potato hotel.
I don't think I'll have enough time.
Well, what about the world's largest fork? You gotta see the world's largest fork.
I've seen that big fork.
Ain't it something?
Oh, maybe next time. My keys?
Well, I'm sorry. Well, you just make sure you tell Chris Marty says hey.
I will, and thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now.
So there you have a little scene from episode 1. And so I'm going to bring on Ashley Elaine, who plays Kate there in that scene.
Hi,
And there she
everyone.
is.
Hi. It's nice to be back. Good to see everyone.
Good to see
So
you.
I may drop off again. For some reason, my connection is really bad today.
Okay.
So if I disappear, Alan, you'll take it away.
Take it away. Wow, that was fun to see that scene. It's been a minute. That was brought me right back to filming. That was really fun.
So you were in the movie, but fairly limited role. I mean, you were the love interest, so it was an important role, but not a ton of screen time. But you took a much bigger role in the series. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes. I mean, I feel like the series really followed Kate's journey this time. And she was the fish out of water, where she decided to move from Mayberry to LA to be with Chris Stone, and the characters and neighbors that she meets there, and all of her issues with living out there, and then what she ultimately decides to do. So it's more romance, and I don't know, it's just following her journey and finding more of herself.
Yeah. Well said.
Thanks.
I mean, Chris Stone's still a big part of it, but
Yes, he is.
He's I don't know, a little more reactionary to Kate's drive. You know, it's kind of like she said, it's her story, and
Yeah.
certainly involves Chris Stone, but I just felt like that's where the story went after the movie to me, because we just did the whole Chris Stone adventure and his thing, and it just made sense to kind of pick it up from there. And what logical, conclusion would be for her to want to be close to Chris Stone, and that gets her a fish out of water. So that'll work. We'll make that work.
Right.
And the series is a little different than like the Andy Griffith Show. It's not a bunch of self-contained episodes. It sort of follows the Chris and Kate story, as well as the Mayberry townspeople, through a long story over 5 episodes. And so if you haven't seen it, and you want to binge watch it, it wouldn't be, unrealistic to sit down and just binge watch it in one evening. So
I've done it more than one time. So yes,
everyone should do that. Just get the season and just watch it.
Well, I want to talk about where it's available because it's just been released or re-released on Amazon Prime for purchase, and it's at the lowest price ever. You can get it the whole season in HD for $9.99, and if you click on the more options, you can get the whole season for $7.99. So we've never really had it available that inexpensively before. And the other thing I wanted to ask folks to do is we could use some help with getting more reviews. So we've got good reviews on IMDb, really good high rating, and we've got a fair number of reviews. And so IMDb is always important because they own Amazon, so it kind of influences, how you get discovered on Amazon Prime. And then, you can just leave the stars, or you can take the time and write a little authentic review. If you like the series, if you give us some kind words, that's always much appreciated, but it needs to be authentic. The ones that are just sort of shills kind of stand out. So give an honest review. And then the other place to give reviews where we could this is an area that we could really use some help, is over on IMDb, because I don't think people realize they've been leaving reviews for the series as a whole, but you can actually rate each episode. So if you go give a star rating, 10 out of 10 stars, it's a scale of 1 to 10 on IMDb, that would be helpful. Again, just to sort of tell the algorithm there's people out there that like this series.
Yes.
Now, I was looking at the individual episodes, and so all of us were guilty of not rating the episodes.
Oh.
So now you're all on notice, at least the 4 people here and the 5th person backstage. I expect to see 5 10 out of 10s.
You didn't tell me there was homework.
There's homework.
Is it okay to rate yourself? I'm not sure. Is that all right? That's weird.
I don't know.
I'll write a really nice thing about how the Floyd guy, how good he was. I mean, I don't know.
Fantastic.
I don't think you get to rate each actor, but
good.
Each episode at least.
Each episode.
So I want to share another clip, and we'll be right back to discuss the participants in this little scene that, if you've seen the series, was a memorable moment in the series.
And this is Jason. He's going to be teaching you how to eat, sleep, walk, talk, and most importantly, drive like a race car driver.
Can't wait. It's great to meet you.
Likewise.
There he is. There he is. Ooh! Now we got a picture. How are you? It's really an honor to meet you and work with you. I'm a big admirer of your work.
I got lucky a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to be honest with you. Shingletown, not a big fan.
Oh.
But you were fantastic.
Thanks.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's the material.
It's the writing.
It's the material. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but you make the most of it.
Right.
But I got a vision for this film that I think you're going to love, and your character.
Great.
Yeah. I want this to be the vegan gringo racing movies. And what do you say we make a movie?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Oh my God.
So, Peter Denham, where did you pull that performance from?
What was your motivation to start?
Well, the reason I'm even in there, because if you've watched any of these lives, this is not my forte. But we lost our Indianapolis Motor Speedway location and all of our eye candy for his big racing movie. And we were left with Lucas Racetrack, which doesn't have a lot of anything as far as eye candy. So I had to up the stakes of his racing movie. So I created it's not just the racing movie that he's losing, it's working with the famous director, Peter Denham. And the last name is our composer, Jefferson Denham, and Peter, who knows where that came from. So we didn't have a budget to hire more actors, so I figured I had to do it. So I kind of channeled John Milius and John Huston as my role models for these bigger than life movie directors, and grew out my beard expanded my wardrobe to bracelets and rings and chains and earrings and whatever. Just as the bigger the better. And it's funny how when you put the costume on, you can sort of act like that. So, note to the audience, if you want to be outgoing, wear something flashy and you'll probably be more outgoing.
Barber
So
coats
that's how
work
that
good.
came about.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Brett
that's
did a
what they
great
say
job.
about. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that's what they say about Don Knotts. That he was very sort of reserved in real life, but when he's assuming a character, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I was going to say I think Brett did a great job acting off of me because he knew I wasn't an actor. It could have been a complete disaster, and he just sort of went with my character. Maybe I was believable enough. I'll say I'll believe that. But when I said it's the material, and he just sort of added it's the writing. It still cracks me up how he just threw the writer under the bus in a second in front of Peter Denham, and that was just Brett just playing off my character, which I don't even think we rehearsed it. Maybe we rehearsed it once, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was my one and done. I don't know that Peter Denham will make a return, but
Don't say that.
it's only going to go downhill from there. I think I had a moment that it worked, and I think that's about it.
Don't say that. That is my favorite part. Every time he's like, "It's the writing. It's the writing."
It's the writing.
He's trying so hard to comfort you. Yes.
No, he's just trying to be accepted by him, and he'll agree. I've been around people like that where they only listen to themselves talk. So you're really either just going along with them, but you're not offering your own opinions. And that's kind of the Peter Denham character. That was my motivation. Was Chris Stone's this big movie star, but when Peter Denham enters a room, all bets are off. He's always the biggest dog in the room, and he's the alpha male, and I had to do things and point and poke at him, just things that would put Chris on his heels. And I think it worked. For whatever reason, it worked.
So I'm going to show another quick clip here, and then we got another guest to join us, but who's not in this clip, unfortunately. But this is a fun clip, Alan. I think you'll remember this fondly.
Oh, spirits of Andy and...
Oh, I was just looking for a bathroom.
It's a courthouse.
It's just a replica.
Will you nip it, Alan? Oh, spirits of Andy and Bond. Oh, a dowser.
A what?
A dowser. It's a guy who uses a divining rod to find water.
What's a divining rod?
Man, you need to get out more. A divining rod. It's a forked stick. You walk around your property, and when it gets over water, it starts to point down. I mean, people have been using dowsers and divining rods since the beginning of human civilization, ever since humans started trying to find water. A dowser.
A dowser.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you know a dowser?
No.
No, that's fun. Obviously, a sort of a tribute to Three Wishes for Opie, right? Stark?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the inspiration?
There's nothing original here. This is all inspired by the show.
It is all great. Rick Roberts. That's Rick Roberts as Warren. If you watch the movie, he's Barney. He dresses as Barney as a character, and in the series, he's doing his real job, which he's a postman. And so it's a lot of fun getting to play off of him. Speaking of playing off,
and we have actually the mailman. I guess you would call it a postal carrier, to be politically correct. In Danville, we owe him a gratitude because he gave us all of his old pants, because we didn't, those postal carrier pants, you can't buy them on eBay or even in Amazon.
No, you got to get them on the black market.
So we ordered some kind of grayish, bluish gray pants, but I was never really happy with them. And then we were at our Airbnb in Danville pre-production, and I saw the mailman, and I went, wait a second. So I asked him if he had any old pants, and the next day he showed up with a hefty bag full of old male clothes. And so they're probably a little big on, but it actually works for the comedy. But those are real postal pants, thanks to the local mail carrier in Danville.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to bring on another guest who is one of our townspeople and also a supporter. You know, that's how he ended up in this project. And he played Jed. It's David Dameron. Hey, David, thanks for joining us.
Hello, and thank you for having me. It's been a while since I've been able to see everybody. And I was just going to say that if you've seen only the movie, then this face is not familiar to you. You have to see the series.
That's true. That is true.
It was an honor to work on this project. I was amazed at how much detail there went into each scene. I'm in a couple of scenes, and the one that I have a speaking line in probably is on screen for maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and took over 2 hours to film. Different angles, different volume.
I didn't mess up that many times on that scene.
I wasn't going to bring that up, Alan. But
Stark made me look really good.
And yes, you did mess up that many times.
Well,
it was rare because you always you knew all your lines, you knew other people's lines.
Yeah.
And this morning,
I
don't know what happened that morning. But you just
didn't have any caffeine or something. Yeah, it was terrible.
And it wasn't just the lines. It was what's important when you're shooting this stuff is the tempo. And, you know, there's more than one actor in the scene, and they're playing off each other. And for whatever reason, you were just sluggish. And it was killing the scene. I remember sitting behind the monitors going, what is wrong? My wife even said, what's wrong with Alan?
Maybe it was all the angry townspeople coming
It
at
was
you.
terrible. It was all those townspeople yelling.
It was like one of those nightmares you have before the day of shooting where you can't get your lines right. It was kind of like that. But yeah, the magic of editing, we made it all work. But
you know, one of the comments I get
for the day, that was my biggest concern. We're getting
one of the comments
schedule.
I get from all the people who've actually seen it. They all say, I watched your whole scene and you don't smile once. I said, I'm angry. I'm upset. I wasn't supposed to be smiling.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be smiling.
Right.
He's in character.
It's an actor.
Acting.
Method actor.
Ashley, I want to mention one thing. In the scene that was shown a few minutes ago where you're picking your car up, one thing you notice about, not just in the movie, but especially in the series, is Kate, Ashley, doesn't really have to have lines to feel the emotion that she's going through. Because the series takes several different steps for her, several different highs and lows. I mean, it was really a well thought out story.
Yeah, my favorite part of that whole scene has no dialogue at all, and that's when Kate looks at Gomer, and she looks over at the other person. The timing of that all the comedy was right there, and there's a lot of other stuff happening in that scene, but that eye exchange sort of sold the whole scene, in my opinion. So,
yeah. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
I mean, you could just tell. You thought, what planet are these two guys from? I mean, you couldn't say it. You had to show it, and it really worked well.
Yeah, right.
Your face was what we're all thinking as the audience. It was the host.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
One thing I thought when I was interviewed before, I didn't bring this up. I actually forgotten about it, but one of the funniest things that happened during the brief scene that I was in is, we went through it over and over and over and over, and different angles, different, a little bit more dialect. And there was one time when I got my cue to come in, my hip hit the other door. And it was funny to see the people in sound grab their ears really quick.
Cut.
Okay, reset.
Yeah, a lot goes into it.
So we'll come back to this. I wanted to share another behind the scenes interview with one of Ashley's favorite co-stars, Jacob Winter. Let's see what he had to say on the set.
My name is Jacob Winter. I play Shane, who was originally the assistant of Chris Stone, aka Mayberry Man. And now in this series, Shane has moved from LA, where he was originally based, to Mayberry, and he's fallen in love. He's started a business. He started a corn business, and he's trying his best hand at being a Mayberry citizen. He's employed two of his friends, Rayfield and Reggie, to work for him and help them out because they needed a job. And he started to sell the corn to the actual Mayberry citizens, and it's going pretty well. Business is booming, if I don't say so myself. My experience on Mayberry Man, the series, has been fantastic. I always feel like the Mayberry spirit carries into the set with all the characters and the cast and the crew. And it's some of my most favorite memories being on this set. I think they're just the best people, best group, and it really does feel like Mayberry on and off camera, so that's great.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Court's frozen.
He is.
So, oh, he's back. He's caught up.
He caught up there.
That was funny.
All right.
So, Court, can I point out Jason Frederick is in the comments right now, and I'm trying to get him to join our live. He's in the series. He's talking to Alan and everything. So I'm going to shout out to you, Jason. I know you're watching. He's like,
I don't even know how to get to the comments.
He's one of the actors.
He's over on YouTube, and he recently was in Mount Airy. I saw pictures of him there. So so the folks from our series, and they're going on the Mayberry tours.
Oh, I love it. Nice.
That's funny.
Okay, sorry, that's it.
All right, so we're just going to sit quietly and wait for Jason.
That's right. Well, depends. Does he have the link?
I did. I gave him the link. He just said he's...
Oh, you did. Okay. What we haven't done is actually watched the full trailer for the series. So I don't even know if this is up on Amazon. It's certainly on our YouTube channel, but it's a fun little trailer. It's about 2 minutes long. Let's take a look. Get to see everybody, I think.
I've lived in Mayberry my whole life. What am I doing moving to Los Angeles?
2 words. Chris Stone.
Chris Stone!
Chris Stone.
Mr. Stone!
There he is. Ooh!
Your neighbors know they're living next door to a famous movie star yet?
You need to work.
Hey, I'm so sorry, but I gotta cancel tonight. I may never get this chance again.
Now we got a picture.
That girl's headed right for Heartbreak Alley.
I don't fit in here.
Does she expect me to give up my career?
It's because you're afraid to take this relationship to the next level.
I just thought it would be different.
Well, let's make it different.
I called you here because I have some bad news.
Kate, I thought you were in California.
He hasn't answered any of my calls.
Crazy, right?
Kate again?
Will you let me take care of my own love life?
Bro, what are you doing?
Don't do anything rash. Banana.
I came up with a better idea.
Yes!
Kind of lost my Mayberry spirit, I guess.
Face it, superstar. You're in love.
There's one more thing that complicates matters.
Kate,
Brad.
who's that?
The girl I'm gonna marry.
Hey, stranger in town. Well, what do you think brings him to town?
Uh-oh. Damn.
In this box was a man's life. What I see in this box is someone who never gave up.
Why are you doing this? I haven't been a very nice person, so I guess I just wanted to give back.
You think you've changed?
You don't know what you're missing.
An old-fashioned love story in a modern-day Mayberry. A streaming series for the whole family. Mayberry Man, the series.
These people are living in another world.
There was Jason right there at the end.
Yeah, he's living in another world. That's him. Yes.
We need him to join our world so we can even out the screens on the monitor.
Where he disappeared to, but he was on earlier. All the feelings. I miss our Mayberry cast and world and everyone on set and all the fans. That was so fun.
So
about 8 months ago, we threatened to get the gang back together. So maybe we'll get there. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. One of the things, if people have seen the Mayberry Man, the movie, if you haven't seen that, you need to go watch it. It's in all kinds of streaming locations. You can go and watch it there. But you heard all about Stanley, who was Chris Stone's manager. Well, you finally get to meet him in the series, and the guy is amazing that does Stanley. He is so funny. Some really good lines and great scenes that Chris Stone and he share. So there's just so many fun things that happen during the series. You got Rayfield and Reggie, and I mean, there's just so many fun characters that are beefed out more in the series.
Yeah, the series itself can stand alone, but you need the movie for the character development.
I think it helps. It would help.
Right.
I mean, it definitely would help. You could probably watch it without it, but I think you would enjoy it more if you had seen the movie. The movie's like the first episode, and then you watch the rest.
I think you're right. So,
all right. So I'm kind of scanning the comments, see if there's any questions. Someone asked about a season 2. So the issue with, season 2 is someone's got to pay for the production of season 2. So that's just a small detail that, had yet to develop. This is a very expensive endeavor, and we've got to pay back our investors on the first one still. So unless a big network, picks it up and decides they want to invest in it, we're just kind of going it alone, trying to build an audience. And that's why we ask for help and leaving reviews and sharing and all that. And so if you're in the cast, today an email went out. So you would have gotten probably maybe 2 emails, one that went out to our entire email list, but another one that said specifically for cast members. I did put together some assets of images and video clips, both horizontal and vertical, like reels for TikTok and Instagram, things like that, which you can use. You can download them and then put them up on your social media and just kind of help spread the word in that email. If you don't see it, check your spam folder. But I even give you a little sample text that you could send. But the more people talk about it and just share it with friends and family, it kind of helps the algorithm and get the momentum going. So this is just day 1 with the new distributor that we're working with. And so we will also want to show them that, hey, we're putting effort into this, and the more effort we put in, the more they'll help us out and sort of leverage their relationships. And there are more platforms to come. Today is just Amazon, but we'll have another big push in October as we hit probably a lot of the other major platforms. But right now, the more people you can tell about it being on Amazon Prime for purchase. It's not included as a Prime, subscriber yet, but for purchase, you'll see it's in high definition, $9.99 for the whole season. And if you want to go standard def, and I've never tested it to see if there's any difference, but you can get it for $7.99 the whole season. So that's quite a
consider it a donation.
Yeah, if you have bad eyes, the standard def might be okay. I don't know, but
well, it would work for me, I think.
Or a small TV.
You may want to see Kate, but the rest of us would look fine in standard def. HD, you might want to go ahead and spring for the $2. Yeah.
No,
Alan, are you saying you have a face for standard definition?
Exactly. Yes. The more blurry I am, the better.
I think I'll take that as a compliment, Alan, but I think
it was a compliment.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, this is a really sweet story and sweet season, and everyone will just love it. And it's family friendly. You can watch it with the entire family. I don't know. It's just, it's a lot of fun.
I should admit too, I guess that Chris Stone is worth looking at in HD too. I mean, if you're a girl, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we in addressing the more episodes, we're trying to figure out how to do it a lot cheaper, because we can't afford what it costs to do the series. And there's ways to make it more affordable, but even more affordable, 200,000 may not even be doable, but that's kind of a number we've been thinking. So you may see a campaign in the future that if we decide to do more, but it's going to have to really be helped out again by the fans, because that's just the nature of low budget filmmaking. So we may come calling again, but we really want to make sure that the series is worth doing more of. I mean, we all think it is, of course, but if there's no audience for it, or it just gets lost in the myriad of content that's out there, may not warrant, or we may, there's just no getting around the cost of production. I mean, we'd all do it for nothing, but it still costs for crew and locations and travel and all of that.
There's just an unbelievable amount of expenses that go along with every aspect of production. It's just the nature of it. That's why, Hollywood productions cost hundreds of millions of dollars. So, we're out here trying to we're competing on the same platforms with those $100 million productions. So, there's a certain level of professionalism we have to maintain. There's certain technical standards we have to maintain. Even once we get it shot, post-production takes a long time, and it has to be delivered, in the proper specifications and standards and all that. And it's just endless. So, crowdfunding is definitely a challenging way to go. It's worked a couple of times for us because I think we do have a dedicated audience. But we also, in the series, we had private investors as well. So we got to try to make them whole. So it's also tricky. It's like, wait, we haven't made our money back, and you guys are out making another film. So
that's the Hollywood
that's just
way.
The reality of it.
Well,
But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Lane.
Oh, I was just going to say, should we tease out maybe a thought that we were having for a third installment for the Mayberry franchise? Should we?
Well, I have the promo that I shared back in December.
Oh.
Should I play it? I just rewatched it recently, and I'm like,
well, everyone. So this is kind of a thought that we're having. So, okay, Corey.
All right, let's take a look.
In a town where the past never grows old, the spirit of Christmas shines a little brighter. This holiday season, take a stroll back to Mayberry, where friends feel like family and memories last a lifetime. Rediscover the magic of Christmas and the joy of simpler times. Coming soon to a place that feels like home.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
Yeah, that was great.
Put,
I would
put
like
a
to see
line
that.
through the word soon, and then someday.
Well, soon is relative. Yes.
But, in the series, there are several storylines that haven't been resolved. So there's plenty of plot lines in there.
There are.
Yeah.
Someday. That's not that we don't want to do more. Let's put it that way.
Look, some people are saying yes, they want to see this. I think it's a good idea.
Well,
So
Mary, how much can we put you down
PO
for?
box.
right. If any of our viewers win the lottery, hey, contact Court and Stark, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If we would probably crowdfund it because we want to keep the fans involved. That's one of the big motivations, I think, is that we can kind of do this together. The friendships and all that, where it's personal. It becomes a very personal experience, and I think that's very rewarding for a lot of people. So crowdfunding would be the thing. The problem is even the crowdfunding is a major undertaking. That's a lot of work, and it's just hard to know. Do you want to put all that work in, and there's only 49 of you out there that are interested? There's no way to know. So
right.
I say 49 because there's 49 people watching right now.
Someone said in the comments, I'm sorry, the comments have gone by, but someone said that perks are a great thing for people to be able to be on set with us and everything. So, there's a lot of fun to be had if you participate and join with us in this. So
if you give us enough money, we'll let you direct it.
We're getting crazy.
I can be bought. I don't,
Wow.
Hey, we had Shadow the director, Ryan Thompson. He was right in there.
Maybe
I
I could shadow Ryan.
Yeah.
And Shadow Ryan will be a new perk, exactly. But
Shadow the shadow.
When you participate, though, we do put you to work. I mean,
Yes.
that's and we try to let people know that ahead of time. It's like if you're getting involved, you're getting involved, and because most people have no idea what production life is like. It's grueling. It's grueling. Even if you're just like going to be in an extra in one scene. It's David, you can tell us, how long did you stand around and wait around just for your scene?
There was quite a bit of time we spent waiting for lights to be moved or camera angles to be adjusted. And we would go through, our scene starts outside and then comes in with Alan and Jacob. And there was a substantial amount of time waiting outside the door for my cue to come in. And then once I came in, everything had to be right behind me. And if something was out of line, something was out of focus, the sound wasn't correct, go back, start it again, back through the door, come back, start it again, back through the door. I mean, it went several times to get the final product that you see on the screen. And when you watch it, and I guess this just goes to how I watch a show analytically. I'll this person right here, watch what they do here. Okay, now this right here, there's a different camera, and you see this is shot with one camera, and you've got all these different angles. So put yourself in my place. This, just going through the whole thing like that.
Yeah, and that final scene that you're talking about was probably 7 different takes edited together. It wasn't one good take out of 7. It was little bits and pieces of different takes.
Right.
But that
I
was unique. There was a lot of people in that scene.
Yeah,
there was.
But one of the eye-opening things is when you look at, I mean, we're pretty spoiled, even though it's a lot of work today. And we were using 2 cameras, which is helpful. But when you think about what we went through to get a scene like that, and then you think about the Andy Griffith Show, and they had 1 camera, they were shooting on film. They didn't even know what they captured on film, and how perfect the show is. It just tells you so much about the level of expertise and craftsmanship they had making that show, and why it still works so well today.
Yep.
So we'll probably wrap up here, but I'm just scanning for more questions. You guys going to start making out your checks now, or how we're going to work this?
There's a lot of people that were excited.
Yeah, go and watch the series, and let's get that done, and then we'll make sure you've seen the series if you haven't, and tell your friends, because it's amazing, really, how many people. There were people that were in the chat here with us now that had not seen, didn't know what we were talking about with the movie, the Mayberry Man movie, or the series, obviously. So spread the word, get it out there.
Oh yeah, we have tens of thousands of new followers who have just I've been putting out, Andy Griffith specific Andy Griffith content, right? So
really good stuff, by the way. Really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Try to keep people entertained. But our audience has grown significantly. So I don't know how many will be interested in this subject. We'll see. But it's to be involved in a project like this that sort of, pays tribute to something you're passionate about. If you're a big fan of the Andy Griffith Show, I mean, we heard it over and over and over again. I don't have the testimonials loaded up, but those are primarily from the movie. But we have some from the series as well, and it's just a once in a lifetime opportunity experience. And David, you had the chance to hang out on an actual working backlot. I was going to say probably one of the toughest things for you was probably having to walk past that really nice breakfast and lunch that the production of SWAT was serving to go eat our lunch, and which was literally 15 feet away. So
Right. Yeah, it
but
was.
you had a cool location to hang out on for the day. So
No, I did. It was really cool. The commissary was probably 50 yards from where we shot our scene, but then when you go on the set up around the corner, that's where Chris and his manager, where their trailer was. Where the manager's trailer was, and that whole scene was being developed up there. So it was really cool to see how those two were put together in context to one another.
Your scene being Mayberry,
correct.
His scene being a Hollywood studio.
Well, and then also right outside the Mayberry set there, the town courthouse set there, is where you do the crosswalk and the stop where Craig and Chris pull up, and it was literally within feet of the Mayberry Township.
We got a lot of mileage out of that.
We had I think 5 different locations in that studio lot. 3 interiors and 2 exteriors, and then the interior of the trailer too. So I mean, really 4 different looks from the same. I think 3 days we were there. Can't remember, but that was because we lost some locations in Indiana, and that ballooned our budget big time. Having to shoot a lot of 3 days in LA. And we got a screaming deal with Santa Clarita Studios because of a relationship that goes back to my infomercial production days. We used to shoot infomercials there, and so we had a good relationship with the guy that runs that studio, and it was crazy. We could never disclose what he allowed us to pay to be there for multiple days and just kind of have the run of the place. And the dressing rooms that you see. Those were not our dressing rooms, like the one behind Karen Knott's, and we have some behind the scenes footage of Alan and Rick in the dressing rooms, going in and out of the dressing rooms even. We were just sort of leveraging those for clout. I think you guys are probably changing in the restrooms. Yeah, but it was fun.
So even being on a lot and it was expensive for us, we were cutting every corner possible, just trying to stretch the dollars.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually just stuck our name on some of those big trailers that the big
did.
stars. Yeah, we just stuck our name on there.
No shame.
And stood outside the door, acting like it's our trailer.
Don't tell anyone that.
Next live, I'll bring back that footage, those videos.
We have some footage of that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I need to tell that because I don't want our people that helps fund to think that we actually rented those trailers.
No, we didn't. No.
Well, what got me is that Rick went into one and then came out wearing a robe.
He had a robe. Oh, no.
That was weird. That was weird. I don't know.
This is what was going on when I'm trying to shoot a TV show.
Yeah.
Hey, this was the BTS crew, the behind the scenes
What?
crew.
We were getting into trouble.
That's funny.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good behind the scenes footage. We just don't have the budget to edit it now. So but we'll work on it slowly over the years.
Someday.
Someday.
So I want to thank everybody for being here, and I'm going to check the comments one last time, but email us. Email me, court@mayberryman.com, and tell me you're interested. And the more, and we did get some feedback back in December when we kind of floated the idea originally of doing a Christmas movie. And a Christmas movie brings on a whole nother set of challenges. You've got a lot of production design expenses that you don't necessarily have on just your average, movie. If we're going to shoot in the winter, it may not be as pleasant as shooting in other parts of the year. I don't know if we want to try to accomplish snow. Indiana is not very reliable for snow. We do think we would probably be in Indiana just because we have a lot of help here. And locations available to us and things like that. So, it's a massive, 4D chess game to try to figure out how to get this stuff done. But if the fans are interested, and if there's enough of you that want to make it happen, we'll make it happen, because we do enjoy it, and we do enjoy working with everyone and creating memories with you. So,
and I'm not sure that we would ever have the funds to do a Christmas movie and more episodes. So there's that. How's the episodes doing? Does it have any traction? I personally, I'd like to do more episodes. I think there's more to that legacy than just doing a Christmas movie. If we had enough money and we want to do episodes and a Christmas movie, I mean, those are like Hollywood deals. We'll give you, 5 episodes if you commit to a Christmas movie. It's like, well, we're not getting that. So we've probably got one shot at it. Kind of waiting to see how the series is received and if there's any traction. I've already got this episode 6 written in part of 7, and
it's
we could just go on we could create anything we want, as long as we don't jump the shark too soon. We'll be okay.
Yeah, a series would be great, but that would require like Hollywood money, and then you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
The whole reason we didn't try to go the Hollywood route is we wanted to ensure that we were bringing you guys, family friendly, wholesome, nostalgic content. And so it's a balancing act, but we'll see.
If it were relatively cheap, like podcast type platform, then we just raise money per episode. But you can't do all that for one episode. It's just too much. The cost is too much. But it's too bad it's not.
So we thought we would make a really cute, wholesome, family-friendly Christmas movie, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
Or
because
David,
there's not enough Christmas movies out there.
David will just hook us up and we'll do radio plays.
There we go. We can do that.
It's not a bad idea.
I still think a Mayberry
That would be
Christmas.
pretty fun. Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to see all the characters in Christmas? I don't know. It's sweet. I think a Christmas movie is good.
Send your donations to court@mayberryman.com.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys, everybody, for joining today and joining us on the live. Wow, I just looked up. We've got even more viewers. I hate to sign off. Maybe I've got another clip I could share.
Okay, let's do it again.
All right, let's do a couple more clips. I've got a couple more clips loaded up.
All right.
And if you haven't seen the series, this will give you a flavor of just the different types of scenes and characters involved. So this one is Chris Stone is feeling a little bit defeated, a little down in the dumps. So he goes to a Hollywood party that's actually being hosted by Greg and Craig that were from Mayberry, who've now moved to Hollywood, and they're making it big as Hollywood producers.
That's why you got to watch the movie. That would that would have all the meaning if you knew what Craig and Greg were before this series. So,
Greg is an interesting character all on his own. So let's take a look.
Yes.
Chris Stone, so glad you made it. Welcome to Xanadu. Now, can I get you a drink?
Beer.
Sweetie, get Mr. Stone a beer.
I'll be right back.
That a girl? Hey, what do you think, man? Pretty sweet?
It's amazing.
Ha! I have you to thank for it. You gave the confidence to me and Craig to reach for the stars. We hit the moon!
the most offensive character in Mayberry Man.
Yeah, that one wasn't the most family friendly necessarily.
Beer, womanizing, I would say.
Interesting clip.
Well, that's about that's the worst Mayberry Man gets right there.
Yeah, that's the if you can handle that, you can handle the rest of the series.
Back to like the Mayberry feeling. Do we have a clip from that?
Yeah,
we have
you
a
kind of
clip
want to take a
of,
shower after that.
So the other thing is you got to guess how many Howell children are in that scene. You know,
that's
Stark?
true. I just one of mine. That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
one of
there's
yours.
also 2 of yours, one of mine, and the composer. Jefferson Denham's in that scene too.
Yeah, we were calling in all the favors that day. All right, so here we're back in Mayberry. Shane has opened his Mayberry Corn Company, and he's got a problem with his corn. So they're going to try to address that. He might have a rodent issue.
What do you think it is?
Yep. Well, you got you some squirrels. See, you can see their little teeth marks right there.
Squirrels?
Yeah, and you can see their little claw marks right here where they've held on for dear life.
You can?
Yep.
Well, what am I going to do? I can't sell corn with little teeth marks on it.
Well, not for full price anyway. You can't sell damaged corn at all, but what you can do is get rid of them squirrels.
Okay, well, how can I do that? I'm not really a gun guy.
If you want to be a corn guy, you're going to have to learn to be. Besides, it's only a 22.
You got an 11?
Just aim it like we taught you and squeeze the trigger. Don't pull it. There it is. That's not a squirrel. That's a snake. Shoot it! Shoot it before it slithers away.
Oh, I'm never coming in this cornfield again.
Shoot it!
No snakes were harmed in the film.
I love that line. Not for full price, anyway.
Yeah.
They did. Reggie and Rayfield did a great job.
Oh, great job.
He did.
And until we left them in the cornfield.
Well, if we can't raise a lot of money, maybe we can raise enough just for the Reggie and Rayfield spinoff series.
I would watch that.
It's kind of like Hee Haw, and there's a bunch of spinoffs from that. Green Acres.
All right. Well, again, just a reminder, if you were in the series, some of you watching, I think you were, check your email, check your spam folder. There is an email with a link or links to video clips and images and things that you can use to share the Mayberry Man series that's just released on Amazon Prime at the lowest price ever, as low as $7.99 for the entire season.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you were in it, you got to own it, right? So at least our cast would hopefully pony up for it.
Then you can watch it on your iPad on an airplane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you want to impress someone, you could just call up your scene and
exactly.
Like, do you see this movie that I'm watching this season?
No, you let them discover it. And they look at you and they look at your screen and they do a double take. I might do that. I'm in it.
Yeah.
I have to have a beard. I have to grow the beard back, and that's not happening.
And then the other way you can help out is if you see our social media posts, things like that, like it, share it, that sort of thing. The whole idea is that we want to create a little bit of momentum so that the algorithm gives us a little love. And because these streaming platforms, they kind of determine the winners and losers. So if they see some interest in something, they'll elevate it. And we experienced that with the Mayberry Man movie. We were showing up in the new titles and all sorts of stuff. So you guys that were around for the Mayberry Man movie, it was you guys that helped that be so successful. And we really got out of the gate strong with that. And so we'd like to see similar results here. And that's what could snowball into creating this larger audience that then gets the attention of the studio that wants to do a season 2. So it's all about momentum and building that audience in a very crowded environment. But we know, right, that there's just not a lot of content or shows like this that are just good for the whole family, notwithstanding the party scene in Hollywood.
And I will say, doing a series or a movie with fan-based talent was very risky, but I think everybody did such a fantastic job. You don't even realize that these are not professional actors. They all just fit right into place, gave it its charm, and I would stack it up against anything. I wouldn't the least bit shy about saying, check this out, and having people laugh at it. I think it's very good quality, high production value for the low budget, basically.
We do have some professional actors in there, though.
That's true. Well, at the time, you weren't even a professional actor in the movie.
And yeah, the first time.
Where's Alice?
It's launching careers, like
Hey,
Ashley Elaine.
We had a comment from Dixie the Praying Dog. They're in the chat room.
It talks too?
Yeah, evidently.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were basically saying that Brett was sitting behind them on the airplane when they were coming out to Hollywood. Brett was sitting there, and a girl next to him was actually watching Mayberry Man the movie. And Brett finally he noticed it, and he finally spoke to her and said something.
Really?
So that true story, he says. So
wow.
See, that's the other thing. I mean, that Mayberry Man movie is on airplanes like around the world. So these things have kind of create a life of their own if you get some momentum. So hopefully we can get that going with the series, and I'm just going to keep begging for help until we sign off here. And if you're, again, a cast member and you want a reel, a little clip or something like that, reach out to me. I'll create it for you and send it over. I just don't want to do an entire cast of like 90 people, and not knowing if you're actually going to share it. So feel free. That goes for you too, David, since you're here. All right. Anything else, guys, before we sign off?
No, I've had such fun. It was nice to see all the comments, and I remember some people that are in the comments from filming, so that's cool. And Jason is out there somewhere.
Somewhere he's out there. He's shy.
Well, he was in the countdown video, so people got to hear from him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, folks. David, Ashley, Stark, Alan, thanks for being here, and we'll have to do this more. I miss doing this. It was fun when we were doing it all the time. So we'll see you next time. And you can always check on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. There's a whole history of this project going back years. You might find some interesting videos to watch. All right, thanks for being here.
Hey, listen, if you like that video, there's going to be plenty more right here at Mayberry Man. And make sure you push that button that says like, because without that, the producer's got nothing.
If you want more videos about The Andy Griffith Show, be sure to hit subscribe and click that little bell icon so you're notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching.
Come on, baby.